Hello everyone, my name is Jocelyn Ford and I just want to welcome you all to this virtual conference which is entitled Using Technology for Classroom Assessments. Today we just want to talk about the importance of technology inside the classroom, how it is used to assess the students, and we'll touch on a couple other things as well. So the three main key points that I have divided this virtual conference into benefits, the benefits of using technology in the classroom, ways to assess. So basically, what are some ways to use technology in order to assess our students? And lastly would be the importance of using technology inside the classroom. So those are the three key points that I have divided this PowerPoint presentation, virtual conference presentation into. So hopefully, just with going through the slides, we'll be able to discuss some things that will be beneficial to you guys as well. So let's just hop right in it. We're going to start off with the key benefits and advantages for utilizing technology to assess in the classroom. So I have broke this section down into 5 major things that I feel like are really good benefits of using technology to assess in the classroom. So number 1, we have timely feedback. Number 2, improved student engagement. 3, peer and self-assessment. 4, improves learning outcomes. 5, flexibility for both teacher and student. So I'm going to run through these really quickly just to give you my reasoning behind me seeing the benefit and the need. So the timely feedback, whenever the teacher issues an assessment or a quiz or any kind of assignment, whenever that student completes that assignment, it goes directly back to the teacher, so that the teacher will be able to grade that accordingly, send that feedback right back to the student, so the student will be able to self-correct themselves and also see the mistakes that they have made. They won't have to go long periods of time to trying to wonder what kind of grade did I get on this test and how did I do on that test. The teacher will be able to immediately send feedback back to that student. Number 2, improve student engagement. Using technology in the classroom really engages our students and children everywhere. It's just something about the use of technology and games and just that hands-on kind of tool that really gauges our students' attention, and it improves students' engagement. So they are not only working by themselves to complete their work, but they are learning like team building skills and learning to work with one another. Peer and self-assessment, that kind of almost goes hand in hand with timely feedback. The students will be able to notice their mistakes. They'll be able to correct their mistakes. They will also possibly be able to come up with their own assessment to test themselves and others in the classroom. Improves learning outcomes. The use of technology, it engages our students, which means it'll just hold on and grasp their attention to where they'll just want to seek more, they'll want to do more, and they'll keep going because they are enjoying the tool. And lastly, flexibility for both teacher and student. So it's flexible for both the teacher and the student. Both are able to collaborate in different ways. The teacher is able to teach and the student is able to learn, and not just a way of reading out of the book and read this and turn this assignment in. It's actually a tool for them to be able to just work together and be able to accomplish, good grades and communication. So next we have formative assessments and summative assessments. Formative assessments is really basically when you talk about using technology to assess in the classrooms, majority teachers use some type of formative assessment. Not summative assessment, but formative assessment. Summative assessments are basically like those standardized tests that you get at the mid-year, or like ACT, or like Missouri, the MAP test. They don't really use that to assess inside the classroom. Most teachers use formative, which is pretty much like the short-term assessment that you take or that the kids will take throughout the semester. So formative assessment is just the formal, informal testing procedures. And like I said before, the summative assessment is basically just evaluating the student's progress over time. So those big standardized tests that students take at the end of the year. Formative assessments are basically what a teacher would use in order to assess a student in the classroom, especially with using technology. So as we go through the other slides, there are many different programs that a teacher will use in order to assess the student from a formative standpoint. So here we go right here, assessment technology tools. So I just listed a couple technology tools that I thought that would be very helpful. Although there are a lot of them out there, I did choose Kahoot, Google Forms, SurveyMonkey, Bubblesheet, and PollDaddy. So I'll just go through each one. So Bubblesheet, Bubblesheet is pretty much an app that allows students to complete assignments and common assessments. And they can use their iPhone, their iPad, or any laptop or desktop computer. The quiz, you can do up to 10 free questions. I don't think you're limited to just 10 questions, but it's just a really interesting way to grasp the attention of your student. So next, I'm going to go with the Google Forms. And Google Forms, this may be more familiar to you all. A Google Form is just a Google Drive app that allows you to create a document that students can collaborate in. And they can also use their smartphones and laptops as well. A lot of teachers are using Google Forms. A lot of the middle school and maybe the high school levels, although I did see one of the 6th grade teachers actually using Google Forms in their classroom in order to get students to submit documents as well. So the next one I'm going to explain is the PollDaddy. PollDaddy is just a quick and easy way to create polls and quizzes and questions. The students will be able to come up with different questions, and they can actually create their own, which will be very beneficial. I know students, whenever they feel like they're in charge of doing something, their attention is always there. So, and then last but not least, we have SurveyMonkey. And SurveyMonkey is also a common one where it's just like an online survey development tool where the teacher will just make up a variety of questions and then send them out to the students. And the student doesn't even have to put their name or anything on it. The results just immediately go back to the teacher, and the teacher is able to assess, basically what they should be able to do or some things they could possibly change in the classroom, just depending on how they would want to use that tool. So I have provided links down here, so you guys could check those out whenever you're available to, but it's really, really good information in those links. So the importance of technology assessment, student engagement, that's the number one important fact of all times. Students tend to get really, really bored with just doing book work. So the fact that we're able to use technology to assess and not only play games and video games, that's a wonderful thing, because if you have that student's attention, then you'll go a long way. So another important fact will be students will gain more knowledge through technology. So a lot of students they always know how to just use YouTube or Facebook or any type of social media. But we're introducing and assessing them through technology. They're able to also come up with different ways to learn and different programs that they're able to learn different key points of the lesson. They don't always have to just utilize the internet just for social media purposes. So additional resources, I've also included another link, which is just a YouTube video, and it's just about a teacher, AP government teacher, who discussed how he uses formative assessments and Google Drive and Google Maps inside his classroom. And he states that, it really excites the students. The students really enjoy it. It puts a spark on the lesson, because a lot of them get bored really fast, but it gives them that added energy with the lesson to want to know more, to be more eager to learn more. And it also gives them a different option of learning. So they will know that it's not just learning through book, paper, and pencil is not the only way that you can learn and receive information. You can also learn in many other different ways as well. So I hope that you guys learned something from my video and virtual conference. We all know that technology is really spreading vastly across America, and sooner or later, everything's going to be technology based. But as far as using it for assessments, I think it's a really good idea, because a lot of students get anxiety when it's time to take a test, and just having that iPad or that computer sometimes makes it a little bit easier and helps them to cope with assessing through computer and different programs, because a lot of programs have like gamifications, and they gamify and include all these e-learning games that helps and eases their anxiety levels to do better on the test. So all the photo credits from this virtual conference goes to Creative Commons, which is a Google search. Again, my name is Jocelyn Ford, and I just want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you.